Let's set the stage. It's a packed congressional hearing room, tensions running high, the air's thick with accusation, claims that Democrats have stoked, not soothed, America's political divide. Suddenly, Congressman Jared Moskowitz steps up, and let me tell you, what happens next, it's not your standard issue rebuttal. He doesn't just push back, he obliterates the narrative. Moskowitz starts by calling out the claim for what it is. Nonsense. He spells it out in moments of real terror, from synagogue shootings to assassination attempts. Democrats have stood up and called for calm. He lists it, chapter and verse, evidence that even under attack, Democrats made deliberate efforts to cool the temperature. Those are facts on the record, not just sound bites for cable news. But Moskowitz doesn't stop there. He highlights what actually happened in those moments of national fear. When anti-Semitic violence rocked the country, Democrats didn't retreat into party lines. They voted for bipartisan resolutions, votes that could have cost them politically, but they did it anyway. Why? Because stability mattered more than headlines. That's not just talk, that's action. And then, boom, the focus shifts. Credibility. Moskowitz brings up January 6th. He's crystal clear. You can't claim to want peace if you minimize what happened that day. He calls out the hypocrisy, how some keep stoking distrust, refusing even now to face the truth about why tensions exploded in the first place. Without honesty, he says, real dialogue is dead on arrival. Now if you want more real-time political showdowns and unfiltered accountability, smash that subscribe button, because this is just the beginning. Back to the hearing. The spotlight swings to Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem, and Moskowitz, he does not hold back. He calls out Noem for rushing to label a recent shooting as domestic terrorism before the facts were even in. He points out the parade of media hits, the constant change of outfits, mocking them as style over substance. According to Moskowitz, this isn't leadership. It's an embarrassment. Then he really turns up the heat. Moskowitz claims governors don't even go through Noem when they need FEMA's help. He says Noem's weakened the agency, lost the trust of the people who actually get things done. In his words, she's not running the Department of Homeland Security. She's running from it. The intensity rises again. Moskowitz calls out Attorney General Pam Bondi for ducking the hearing. He demands a subpoena, warning that Congress can't do its job if the people in power run away from oversight. And as it all comes to a head, Moskowitz's message is clear. De-escalation isn't just about words, it's about honesty. Leadership means accountability. Congress's power is only real if those in charge show up and answer tough questions. Without that, trust collapses, institutions break down, and the American people, well, they deserve a lot better than the circus we just watched. This is Agenda Now. Stay tuned.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just want to go back to a previous statement by one of our colleagues, Governor Biggs. He said that Democrats have not tried to de-escalate the situation. You know, after the brutal murder of Charlie Kirk, which was domestic terrorism, okay, we tried to de-escalate. After the assassination attempt against the president, which was domestic terrorism, I was appointed to the task force to investigate that assassination attempt. We tried to de-escalate. After the anti-Semitic attack in Colorado, in which you put forward a resolution that included language about ICE's favorable role in that. 75 Democrats voted for that resolution, even though there was no reason to put that in there, but you did it to try to put us on the board. So this idea that that Democrats have said nothing, that we haven't tried to de-escalate, it's just not true. It's just not true. Now, it's not like you guys have any credibility on de-escalation. I mean, literally, we're not the ones who told tens of thousands of people to show up to the Capitol and run in here like a mob, and now you all tell people it never happened. You know, like, oh, that's not what the deal was. It's not like every day there isn't some sort of tweet that just escalates and escalates and escalates. And so, listen, I hope one day we could have a hearing on de-escalation. I would love to participate in a hearing on how we together de-escalate. But looking at one party and saying, you don't de-escalate, I mean, that's literally escalation. We can't have a serious dialogue on how we do bring down the temperature together. You know, I want to, we heard about this domestic terrorism thing, right? Domestic terrorism. That was the first thing we heard. I have a question. This is the person who within minutes of the shooting, went on TV and called it domestic terrorism. What, is she hiding her face like her ICE agents now? She can't show her face either? By the way, is this what the $800 billion went to? Every day we see her after there's some new tragedy in Homeland, she's wearing a different outfit with a different hat. I mean, come on, guys, she looks ridiculous. She's not just an embarrassment to the country. She's an embarrassment to you and the president. Okay, she deserves to be removed from her job by the president, and if not impeached, not just for her complete failures in Homeland, but her destruction of FEMA. She's not even running the department. You guys know this. You guys know she's not running Homeland. Your governors and you all, when you need your FEMA money, you don't call Noem, you call Corey. You know she's not running the place. She's a complete and utter embarrassment. By the way, every Homeland Secretary has come in front of this committee once a Congress. I'd like to know the date she's coming. When is she coming?
When is she coming?
When is she coming? By the way, do you know Pam Bondi has not come in front of this committee? Do you know she's the only secretary to not appear in front of a committee yet? When is she coming? What's the date on the calendar that she's coming? You know what? Let's make it easy. I want to make a motion to subpoena Pam Bondi
Second.
to this committee.
Third, fourth, fifth.
How much are we going to...
The gentleman is not recognized for that motion. However, the chair will advise as to the Attorney General coming for, as they do routinely.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. But where is the Attorney General, the only secretary to not appear, okay, in front of a committee? The only one. We're into year 2 of this Congress, and we've not had the Attorney General in front of this committee. How much are we going to weaken Article 1 of the Constitution while you guys remain in power? I watch you twist yourself into pretzels trying to defend this, running away from previous statements, disagreeing with yourself, trying to defend the crap that's happening. And so I'll make a motion again to subpoena Pam Bondi in front of this committee.
Second. Third, fourth, fifth.
The chair will again admonish that the gentleman is not recognized for purpose of the motion. The chair will also inform all of us that the Attorney General had agreed to come and was going to be here in October. Unfortunately, we had a shutdown. However, this committee is in the process of scheduling a return. If there is not a shutdown later in January, I fully expect that she will be here.
Will she be here before or after we invade Greenland?
Well before, I would guess.
Okay.
And the gentleman yields back.